So we're going to get started setting up our first plan book using planbookedu.com. Once we've selected all the options and created our plan book in the way we would like to see it, then we will add our first lesson. So obviously the first thing you need to do is to be logged into your planbookedu.com account. So if you're not yet logged in, go ahead and pause this video and come back to it when you're ready to create your first plan book. When you log into your account, you'll come to what I call the dashboard page, which is a list basically of all of your plan books. Yours is obviously going to look a little different from mine because this is going to be your first plan book. So let's go ahead and click Create Plan Book. You'll see a pop-up window comes up. It asks, do you want to start a new blank plan book or copy an existing one? Because this is your first one, we're going to start a new blank plan book. Once that's done, you are brought to the options page. As you can see, this is a short list of options, and then we will look at the more advanced list in a moment. But the first choice is to name your plan book, and they will pre-populate the name being the upcoming school year for you. You can choose to keep that or change that or what have you. Since I teach a couple of different types of classes and I use more than one plan book, I'm going to call this my computers plan book, so it's very clear which plan book I'm using. Select your start date for your class. So I'm going to my start date, I'm going to choose September 1st, and then choose your end date, and I'll choose my end date as June 30th. The next section are the periods, a number of class periods in your day. Now, if you're teaching middle school or high school, I think that's pretty easy to select the number of periods. But if you're teaching in elementary school, I would suggest to you to select the number of subjects that you teach. Or if you're a special like me, you may want to plan that out based on grade levels. So I teach 4 grade levels, and so I will select 4 periods. And then a little while when we're in the plan book, we will learn how to name those periods. Okay, so then that brings us to the next section, which is the rotation section. Basically, what type of schedule does your school use? If you teach everything the same way every day, if it's a weekly, then go ahead and select weekly. Many schools are on a rotation, a block rotation. They have AB days or AB weeks or what have you. Select the one that is most appropriate for you. Once that's done, click on Show Advanced Options, and you'll see it allows us to do a little bit more detail work on our plan book. You can certainly stop at those options, or you can choose to go a little bit further. I'm going to show you what to do next in regard to going a little bit further. So the first one here is the title, which is going to be the heading on the top of each of your plan book pages. So you can choose for it to say the week of, and it'll either start on Sunday and it'll give you that date, or Monday, or you can choose name only. I personally like name only, so on the top of each of my pages it will say 2017-2018 Computers Plan Book. Then you have to decide how you want your days to appear. Obviously, if you're doing week of, you probably just want the day name, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you're choosing name only, you may want to delineate month and day or month, day, and year, or what have you. So once you've selected your day title, our next option is your day title count. This will include the days of school count with the day title. So if you're someone who does a special event on the 100th day of school, you might want to include your day title count in there. Next is the orientation of your plan book. Do you want the days going across the top of your plan book, like the name of the days and the date, or do you like to have them going down vertically on the left-hand side of your plan book? So I'm going to select days down the side so that you can see what that looks like in a little while, and then we'll come back out and edit it so you can see what they both look like. Now, title of period. If you want to name the title of each of your periods, you're just going to want to click this option. Okay, as I said, I do name my periods based on those grade levels. So this is where you'd want to put in math or AP US history or English, what have you. So, or if you're like me, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, that kind of thing. So go ahead and select your title period, which then will bring us to the days of the week. Do you teach every day, Monday through Friday? If so, select those. If you only teach a couple of days a week, maybe you're special, you teach only 1 day or 2 days, select those days. Once you've done that, you've got 2 options. Your option is to save, or to save and add standards. I want to take a look and show you what the standards look like and how you might do that. So I'm going to choose Save and Add Standards. And when we do that, you'll see you have an option to do custom standards. You can select Common Core. You can select organization. So for example, I use the ISTE standards, so I can go ahead and I can select those. So go ahead and select the standards if you're going to add them, and then just at the bottom of the screen, click Save. Then that will open up your plan book for you. Now remember how we selected to have the period, the days of the week on the side? This is what that will look like. It'll be on both sides. And then I said, because those are on the side, your periods are going to be on the top, and so you would name those across the top. So that's what that looks like. I personally don't like that layout myself, so I'm going to go right back out to Plan Books. I'm going to find the plan book I want to change, which is this one. I'm going to go ahead and edit it. Brings me right back into those options. I'm going to just change the days across the top. Once I do that, it'll also change the names of the periods to be across or down the side, which is my preferred method. And then here you go. You see the days are across the top, and then these are blank down the side. We're going to name these next. I'm going to go ahead and name each of the periods that I teach. So you might want to go ahead and do that yourselves at this time. As you see, you're going to go ahead and put in the name of your period, and then this entry should appear once or weekly. You're going to probably want that to be weekly, otherwise it won't go forward. As you see, going forward for all weeks. Go ahead and then save that, and then add your next period. So again, it's the same one each time. There we go. And you can see as we go ahead and add these, you'll see how the plan book begins to sort of compress itself. Save. And it's a lot smaller now, and you can see everything on your one screen. So that's all you need to do to set up your plan book. And now you're pretty much ready to go on and begin by putting in your first lesson. So let's go ahead and look at that. We're going to pick September 4th to add our first lesson. So once you do that, you click Edit, and then your window will open up for that particular period. You'll choose if this entry is going to appear once, daily, or weekly. Most of the time, your lesson plan will appear once. So choose the one that applies to you. You can lock it if you'd like. I don't bother, but you can lock it if you'd like. So we're ready to add our first lesson. So if you already have your lesson plan written out somewhere, go ahead and open that document. And if you need extra time, just go ahead and pause the video and open up your document. And now you've got your lesson plan open. Go ahead and copy that lesson plan. And all you have to do is then paste that lesson plan right in to the day that it's on. Now you can share, if you're going to share plans, if you don't want this entry to be shared, you can always click hide this entry when sharing plans. Now, along with this particular plan, I have a PowerPoint that I use with this lesson. So before I save this, I'm going to go ahead and upload a file. And I'm going to find my PowerPoint, which is right there. And then once you've added every PowerPoint, now you can add PowerPoints, you can add as many, you can have multiple uploads. If you have worksheets that you want to add to it or what have you, you can add all of those things right here into your plan book. And then you just click Save and you're ready. Now you'll take a look and you'll see your plan is pretty long, right? So when you're go ahead to teach, you may not want to look at this all squished up sort of like that. So all you have to do is click on the date, and then you'll have your entire plan. Every plan will be a little bit easier to read and manageable for you. So that's all you have to do to set up your plan book and to put in your lesson plans, and you're ready to use your book.